Here we go.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander. I'm here to host our show, Life After Happiness. Today we have my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Okay. And Barbara, are you there, Barbara?
Yes. Hi.
Okay. And finally, Suki, teaching the law of
Hi.
one. How are you feeling, Suki?
Good. Hello, everybody. My name's
Okay.
Suki.
Okay,
Welcome.
great. It's okay. Welcome. Now, this is we agreed, I think, that this time we would not be taking calls, I think, because you needed a picture to do it. So it's going to be
Not
us three.
necessarily, but I can always do it intuitively. But yeah, thank you for that.
Okay. How about if we have time, we'll take calls? Does that sound like a fair thing? Okay. Now,
Sure.
I think the way I sort of talk to you about it is I don't want to have, I don't want to just put someone up front just for the sake of putting someone up front. So I think we decided that if you and Barbara, Kelly, if you and Barbara are okay with it, what we're going to do is we're going to have her choose a number between 1 and 1,000. And then we guess the number. And then the number that's closest to the number goes first. And then the number that's second closest goes second. And then the number that's third goes last. Are you okay with that, Barbara? Barbara, you there?
Yes,
Okay.
I am
Are you-
totally fine with that. Anything you want to do.
Okay,
I'm
you're
sorry,
okay
I had
with,
it
you're okay
on
with that,
mute.
Kelly. That's okay. And
Yes.
are you okay with that, Kelly? Okay, good. All right. Suki, think of a number between 1 and 1,000. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to go first. I'm going to guess 528. Now, what's yours? What's your guess, Kelly?
972.
Okay. And your guess, Barbara?
3.
3. Okay. What was
Yes.
your number, Suki?
259.
Okay. So it looks like 259.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do a
That
little
was
bit of
yours,
math.
wasn't it,
But,
Jonathan?
well, see, I don't know. 520, 259, and 3 are pretty close. Let me see something here. Okay, I'm sorry. I just need to get a calculator out. Okay.
I don't even remember the
Okay.
numbers, or I would be helping right now.
Okay. So you said it was 2. You said it was 3. So okay. So minus 3. Okay. It's 256 plus. Okay, it seems that that you go first, Barbara, and then I go second, and then Kelly goes third.
Okay.
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 So you go first, Barbara.
Okay, so I was wanting to know, is there a force, any kind of force that protects us, that stays with us, that is the same maybe entity, or like, is it our guardian angel? Because I was in
Yes.
that accident. I didn't get any permanent damage. And then there was another accident here when I lived here in Arizona. That was January 2018. And I mean, I was almost smashed in a car accident. I was just sitting there, and this woman was full bore going at me. And I was saved from that one too. So I'm wondering, these are big time things.
Yes.
Do you have a feeling?
This did occur. You were saved because you're a starseed. The first one you mentioned, I immediately, it feels like a great aunt in that case. On the second one, so first one, it was actually a grandmother and an aunt someplace together. The second one was a soul family member on the second one.
Okay, are these people that have passed, or because you wouldn't know if
Yeah,
my grandma has passed? Okay.
Well,
And
it is
aunt.
two past people. It might be a great aunt and a grandmother. It's from your family, and then the second one was straight up your soul family came in and intervened.
That's so interesting, because that's a big question that people have a lot. Like, do I have a guardian angel, or you must have a guardian angel? They're always saying this. So what do you call this in the paranormal?
I have one guardian angel from the angel realm, from realm number 7, the dimension 7. Her name is Sydney. And then I have a group of guides from the blue avians. I'm a blue avian, specifically meaning my both parents are blue avians there.
Okay.
For my
wow.
soul family. Yeah. At this time, since I'm at the end and I'm, we're all in this furious, light worker pace, the avians have taken over, except for Sydney, my personal guide.
Okay, so for now you see my grandma and a great aunt saved me from the first accident. What about the fall down the staircase where I got beat up and a concussion and all that, but they were so surprised I didn't get paralyzed or coma or death. So
in that case, it was a blue avian.
Oh,
without a doubt. And I'm sorry I just revealed that.
Oh, no.
But you asked, so I just revealed it.
But I don't even know what that is. What does that mean?
It is your soul family. You are very much a blue avian. I don't see any other ET group involved. And I'm surprised because I have not done very many readings on avians. I'm really, really surprised.
What is surprising about that, and what is an avian?
It is an ET group, an extraterrestrial group, and they could be your soul family. The reason I'm surprised is because there's not as many blue avian starseeds as other starseeds on the planet right now. So I find it interesting that I got hooked up with some.
And is this a good thing for you? Do you feel it's fortunate?
Yes, certainly not an accident. No question.
So why would this be fortunate for me? Is this special? Should I feel special about
You would feel
this?
very, very special. Yes, you should feel special because you are special for sure. Absolutely.
Like what would be like a description of a special blue avian such as myself? Thank you very much. Okay.
Well, I can go into a reading that I did for you, Akashic Records, and it was very interesting. And what I did find here is, so when I do the reading, I see auric fields. I enlarge your photo, and I just keep looking until it pops up like a holographic, image. And if I can't see it, and you just keep looking. There's like no such thing as not there. You just keep looking till it pops up, and when it pops up, you're like, gotcha. And then you move on, and you do it. Yeah, you do it square inch by square inch. You just got to make sure there's no filters used in the picture. But it's amazing because the Tree of Life, or the Hall of Records, as they call it, is contained in your auric field. And so I can pull out your accolades, your past lives, in between lives, and which alien you are.
I would love to hear all of that, if you don't mind.
You are a winged blue avian, for absolutely sure. And I do have a list of lifetimes that you spent in your earlier years. And these were all as an avian. Now, even though you did other things, remember, you were born an avian, so when you came from source, you went directly to the avians, and they said, you are ours now. They seeded you, basically seeded your life, and your soul came from source, but they seeded your DNA. So then you started out. So what you do is you start out as a blue avian, and then you go have, as your soul progresses, you go have lifetimes, like experiences here and there, and you be whatever. You can do anything. You can be a dragon or whatever, but when you die, you always go back to the avian, because that is your home. Those are your parents, that type of thing.
Okay.
And so what I have found, and this is a real common theme through here. So I'll start at the top. You're a fairly direct person, that's for sure. I was looking at that and going, woo. There's been some things in your life that were really difficult that you had to face, and some bad men that you encountered, and that was pretty clear. But I saw how strong you are too. So there's real strength there. And so, see, at the top here we have an owl inside corner of the left eye. And there were a lot of owls. So there's somewhat of a theme here. But you're an avian, so I was not surprised to see all these owls. I'm like, oh, that's so cool, Yeah. And so the owls are part of the avian group, and so you were just being yourself. And there is, let's see, I saw an alien inside corner of the left eye, and this alien was not part of you, but it looks like it's from the Zeta Reticuli constellation. Now, the only reason I saw this in there was because it was helping to remove, it was like wrapped up in the veil. So, the veil, we're born under a veil of forgetting, when you come in, because they swipe you before you come in, at least in this planet. Because the Earth is a choice planet, and it's for the hardcore third dimension, the people in the Matrix, and so they want to clean swipe them before they come in, so they can't remember, in order to progress. It's one of the hardest ones to get through. And so, but what I noticed in your eyes is the veil that's the only part of the veil that's even left is in there. And it was coming out your eyes, and it was so, it just struck me so much that I sent John the photos of your eyes, and I said, check this out. Look at the veil. It's actually coming out of the center of her eyes. And you could see what was left of it, very barely, even just barely. It looks like a milky substance. And in both eyes, in the color part, you could just see barely any left, like a really thin. And then you could see the clear white coming right out of your eyes. And that's the last part of the veil being removed.
Okay.
And so that little alien was just helping.
Is this a good thing? I have not studied all of this, so I'm not really sure when you tell me if it's a good thing or what it means.
Yes, it's an extremely good thing, because I've done readings where the person was so covered in a veil it was pretty difficult to see, where they were like covered in a milky substance. It was hard to even look through it. And in those cases, it's a hard reading, because those are the ones graduating. They're, not the star seeds, if you know what I mean. And they're a little bit harder to do.
Why would I be that way? Is it the way I was born, or it's the work I've done, or it's the lives I've lived previously? Okay.
Yes. It's rank. So, yes, you are a star seed. You are not graduating in this dimension like the others. You are here as a volunteer and a helper, and you are here to help those graduate into the fourth dimension, like the ascension that's on us right now. That is what you are here for. And so you don't have to worry, because you graduated a very, very long time ago, but you volunteered to come back to the third dimension to give us a hand.
Okay, and how better can I do that? By this type of work?
Just by being, because you also there's a lot of light around you. So everywhere you go, you're going to literally dump out tons of light, and people are going to feel that.
And that's
just by
making
being,
them feel good? That's making them feel
yes.
good.
Yes,
Okay.
and because you come from a much higher place, people are, the regulars here are going to go, wow, it's going to make them feel at ease. They're going to be attracted to you and not know why, because your light is so strong. And, people are really attracted to light. They're like, ooh, they just go right towards it. And so yours is really strong. So, and you're pretty, of course.
Well,
and so they're just going to go.
That picture I sent you wasn't that pretty, but thank you.
Well, yeah, you're a really pretty girl. So, yeah, and you're a starseed, so you're going to be quite effective. No question about that. So yeah, it's all very good.
Can I alter that to make it even better? Can I alter that at all with being more than just being, but by trying to be better as a human being?
Oh, sure. We're all trying to wake everybody up. That's our job here, is to show people the way, wake them up, get them caught up to everybody else so that, they can get ready for the ascension and all that's happening with the planet.
Okay.
This radio show, I'll tell you the story about that. That's so funny. My guide did come in the beginning of April, and this was the second time, and she said, are you ready for a few more students? And I said, sure, no big deal. Next thing I know, within hours, I've got like 500 friend requests.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, and I asked her to slow it down, and I actually got denied. And she said, sorry, we're going to push you up to 3,000, and that's what we're going to do. But you guys came through in the very first batch, and then later she told me that she had brought you to me and that it was important for me to connect with people because I really had not been connecting publicly.
Well,
so I got a stern talking to. I was really, really scared and nervous. Oh, say that again?
We are glad that you are coming on our show and discussing this and sharing this, because I know you don't do that very often. And after your first time, then that reading last night, that private reading that you gave me, wow, that was very powerful. The gift that you have is
awesome.
Amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
And so we're glad that you took that step and are here today with us. We're going to learn a lot.
Yes, my guide would have just literally cut me if I didn't.
Wow, you are really attuned. Okay, so then you're the same, or I'm not going to say the same, but what I am, what you just said, I didn't write it down. What am I?
Yeah,
I always
you are a
listen to
blue
the show
avian.
back. So. Blue avian, okay. Blue avian, and what are you?
I'm a blue avian.
Okay, that's what I thought from you talking earlier. Okay, so
I also have a Blu-ray 1 overlay, though, too, on that.
Okay. So
meaning in my younger years, yeah.
Do you call this what we are, or is this a gift that we've been given, the blue avian gift, or is it just a description of what we are?
It is who you are.
Okay.
You will, when you die, when you literally time of death, you become an avian and you go back to the avians.
How many lives have I had?
A lot. I don't really know how many. I can only tell you what I've seen in your aura, and it's a lot. So we had the owl, and we had the stuff in the eye. We had the veil in both eyes, but the veil is almost completely ripped apart, though. So that's a good thing.
How long does that veil take to completely rip apart? Or we're not in regular time. So.
There's only a little left. I would say within just a few years, it'll all be gone.
And then what will I be like? Will I be different?
you'll be just more open. You'll be more intuitive. Yeah, you'll see more clearly. Sure.
And then I will be able to help more people, probably.
Mhm. In fact, you could dissolve it as fast as you want. As your soul goes higher and higher and your vibration goes higher and higher, those things just fall away, you know.
Oh, well, before we go on to the next person, would you like to just give me a couple of the lifetimes, something that's interesting that would for the listeners and me?
There's an owl. There are multiple. There's an owl in the right upper chest near your shoulder. And it was a pretty big one. So these owls are really cool looking too. And there's a woman on a horse with other horses, plus 2 cats and a dog on the left chest near, let's see, yes, left chest. Oh, near shoulder. Okay, near the shoulder. So the 2 cats and a dog would have been pets that you had, that you probably that were lost.
Oh, is there a lost? Could there be a lost dog that is connected to me that I did not own, that is a lost and special to somebody else?
Oh,
okay.
Absolutely. These are animals that were special.
Somebody was asking me. This is interesting. Somebody was asking me yesterday, or just telling me that they still feel really bad about their lost dog, and this person means so much to me that I've been thinking about this name of this dog. And I have been really focusing on it, and now it's coming to you. Wow.
Yeah, but
so what is going on with this dog?
The fact that the dog was actually in your aura means the dog has liked it. The dog particularly liked you, and the dog has left an imprint there in your aura, and the dog probably spends time with you also.
Even if I didn't know this person when he lost it, then it wouldn't matter, right? It knew the future.
Correct.
Okay. Wow. Yep. Okay. And the dog, how did it get lost?
Well, it died. It would be. This is a dog that would have passed.
Right. Okay. So the lost dog, but this dog is probably passed away, and which is very true. Because it was probably so many years ago. Dogs don't live that long. So I didn't really think of that. So, okay. And when it passed, but can you tell how it got lost from its owner? How that happened?
No.
Okay.
No, I just saw the dog.
So it's happy.
Yeah.
Is it happy? Because it likes me. So it's in a good place. I can tell this person that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yes.
They'll really
absolutely,
be happy.
Absolutely. The dog has went to you for some reason, just went to you. So, yes.
Right
absolutely.
Away, does it go to? It went to me right away?
Yes.
Wow.
No doubt.
Can you
when
tell
I see that.
Can you tell me if the dog suffered at all when it was passing, or can you see that at all?
I could try to look into that and see what I feel.
Thank you. It is so important to me.
So it's weird connecting with a dog. I gotta wait for him to tell me. All right. Let's see what I can feel. Usually, I'll feel like if something happened, I'll feel the pain in a certain part of my body.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'm not really. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel something in my head. Whatever it is, it feels like it there's just a little pain in the top of my head and forehead.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what that is, but that's what I'm being shown. Mostly in the head.
Okay.
But
well,
it just could have been could have been old age too. And also this was not painful, so that's another thing that I felt very strongly. There was no pain involved.
Because a dog could get lost and then it could be found and then have a nice owner again and then die of old age. Okay.
I'm feeling that there was
now,
not a pain involved and the dog was not suffering either. Yeah.
Can you tell if it's a male or a female dog?
This feels like a male.
Oh, well, that's what the dog that I'm thinking about is.
Yeah, this feels like a male.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's
That's
more
really
here. Great. I've got a lot more to tell you.
Okay.
There was a large avian with a very big wings. You have wings on your right side neck. There was a Pegasus directly in your throat, so with wings. So this means you were a Lemurian as well. And so if you wondered, most likely though you were Atlantis as well. I think so, but Lemurian for sure. So then there was this other thing that was really interesting. There was a man with white hair and a beard in a wheelchair. And it was a very specific, did you know an older man with a beard, quite thick hair too, white hair and a beard he was in a wheelchair, and I saw another dog at the side of this wheelchair.
Well, somebody came into my mind right away, and this person was a philosopher of.
Yes, I saw his face.
Oh, okay.
He looked like he looked like a professor or a scientist or something like that.
Yes, and philosopher and a pastor, a preacher, a teacher, very wise. Yes. He was on television. Yes, very spiritual, major spiritual person in my life.
This is the guy. This is the guy, and it was on right. It was on. Let me see here. It was. It was on the corner of your mouth, so that would be really important. So this person would have been really important in your life.
Well, he made a big impact. It was nothing that was like a romantic thing or anything, but more of a teacher, a very knowledgeable, interesting person. Was there anything around, like glasses or, anything that he did around his face all the time, used something?
All I could see was the wheelchair and his face really clear, and that he was very light, a very good person. You're on the right track. This is the guy for sure. Looked like a professor or scientist type, really, really smart.
Because this person would wear 2 pairs of glasses at once. I mean, this is how interesting this person was. And
I found it highly interesting because I usually don't see that, like just, wow, a guy in a wheelchair, and it was very specific, that face and everything. You usually just don't see that.
Really?
But it can happen, certainly. And there's more. There was a bird below your right eye. There was a mantis being on your right cheek, and this is very much confirmation of blue avian because they work with the mantis beings directly. So this is major proof. And then there were horses on the left corner of your mouth, and there was a woman walking with a staff. This is proof that you were Lemuria and Atlantis. However, you didn't die in the water. So,
oh, thank goodness. I don't like that. This is my only fear, is that water dying in water, drowning. I don't like that.
This is my first reading where I saw a person walking with a staff where there was not water involved. Very first time. Usually when I see that, I'll see like water on the side, and I'll be like, oh, died in the water. Not this time, though.
And I'm not afraid of the water. I even scuba dive, but I just have these.
You're just
I
not
don't
aquatic,
want to.
and you wouldn't
I
believe
don't
at the
even
top
like to
of.
go into the pool. I can swim.
You know what?
Well,
At the top of the, I wish I could show you a picture of this. At the top, it's underlined. It says not aquatic.
Wow, that's funny.
Specifically not aquatic.
Oh,
And then
my
there's
goodness.
more.
I'm always the one who doesn't want to go swimming. I like to go to the pool, but I don't want to get in there. I don't want all the hair.
I'll tell you why too. So there was an
Okay.
eagle on your left cheek, an eagle between your eyes, and I know you like eagles. You've done time there. So in the second dimension, you did a lot of those lifetimes. And so, but there was something right up front on your forehead that shocked me, and it was a roaring lion.
Whoa!
Yes.
Why would that shock you? That does not shock me.
It was just so front and center, and the mouth was open.
Because I'm a Leo, and I've always been so proud of the Leo and being one, and aren't we all?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but the lion, it's just always is in my life. Like my daughter's school, that's the pride of the lion. It's their mascot. It's like on the sign.
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
Yes, I have lions always, or I'm feeling them in my presence all the time.
Yep.
The power of
You're
them.
a Leo.
I love the power. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the proof I was talking about that, I couldn't have known that beforehand, and there it is, boom, front and center. Oh,
wow.
Also I'm looking below, the line below this. This is amazing. There were Atlanteans in your hairline, and it literally looked like a community I could see people doing things and women walking by. It was unbelievable. It was pretty cool. So you were in both Atlantis and Lemuria, and then there were Native Americans on your left forehead in the hairline, and then on your left side neck there was a huge owl that was gorgeous.
And I hear owls all the time, and people don't hear them. And not only that, okay, so there was the eagle. I'm from Seattle, Washington. So there was always eagles. We would always look at them. Yes, and Alaska too. My dad lived, and we would see eagles all the time. And then, okay, so you said eagle, and then the lion, and then what else was interesting that I was going to say that you saw? What else?
There were Native Americans on the left forehead for sure, because
to tell you. That's what I wanted to say. The Native Americans, we did a lot of studying with that growing up in elementary school, being from the Great Northwest, and I studied the Haida Indian and the Kwakiutl, and there were a very big presence of like respecting them, and I just was aware. Yeah, I was very aware of them.
Well, you were one in many past lives.
Oh, I really
for sure.
Pretty much drawn to that culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, and they come from the Lemurians, the Native Americans. They evolved out of Lemuria. Yes, you are for sure red on the inside.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. No doubt about that.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, okay, could this dog be a different dog? I don't think so, because you said it's a male, and I asked about this. I mean, I was talking about this dog with a special person on the phone last night.
Yeah, it has to be that dog. I think it is that dog.
Okay, because I have a special dog too that I grew up with. That a lot of people had a childhood dog, but I let the dog go. Like I wasn't like pondering and worrying and thinking, because when you said lost, my mind clicked to that lost dog, that he lost the dog, and therefore my mind didn't think of past, that it was passed away, which it is anyway, because that was a long time ago. Okay, my dog was a female, so I let it go, though. I'm fine with my animals that have passed. I think I let them go emotionally to wherever they're going. I let it go. I'd have a very long cry about it, very hard cry.
Yeah.
But I do let them go. I mean, I'm not holding that like so sad all the time about it.
Yeah.
But this dog was really, it bothered him because he lost it. And it was such a great dog. Yeah.
I do think this is the dog, and the dog has passed, but the dog is just fine. You know,
Okay.
and I do think that after the dog passed, the dog found you.
Okay. So that's
Yeah,
just
and
what
that's
you
why.
feel. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
No
Well, I'll tell him
question
that.
about
Maybe it will give somebody. Sometimes things like that give people comfort.
Oh, yes. Not an accident that these things happen. For sure.
Right. And, okay. So if I am these things, and this is special, then can't I protect my own self? Why do I need the past grandma and the aunt to protect me?
Because at that time in your life, you weren't as equipped as you are now.
Okay. What
was
about the staircase fall? The staircase fall, who protected me? I forgot what you said.
The blue avians. It was a much more serious. They stepped
I'm already
in
that,
and.
So.
Yes, but you have other guys. I mean, you've got multiple guys, basically.
Okay, because the thing that happened with the car, that was only a year ago, and this one was recent. This one was last month, or middle of March. So, therefore, I'm growing rapidly at a rapid pace.
Correct. Yes, you've got it. That's exactly right. Perfect. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Everything is happening so fast.
Is there a why to that, or am I more open to that?
Your soul is advancing extremely fast because the ascension is moving. The solar flares that are coming in are affecting the star seeds very much, and they're ascending very quickly, and their vibrations are raising very rapidly, and so you have really gone, higher.
Do you think that this could be happening because there has been this other person, entity in my life that I just cannot handle listening to that rubbish anymore, and that it's forcing me to get more powerful, where that doesn't bother me anymore? I'm just going to be able to get that in the past, whereas before it could ruin my peace of mind, but I don't let it now.
Yeah, and so in that year, your soul has just, it's like super speed. You've gone at full speed, and now you're like, wait, I can do anything.
Could this be attracting the better things in life that I want? What I've been manifesting. Could this be why it's all coming to me now?
Yes.
Wow, because it is right now.
You stepped into your power, and you're like, I am taking it back.
Wow. Okay, is this having to do with the law of attraction and the karma, or a whole combination of
karma?
That?
It's karma, and they're giving. It's like you've earned your wings, so to speak. You have a lot of good karma, and so all these good things.
Bad karma? Why do some people have bad karma?
Because they think that their actions or thoughts, both thoughts and actions, don't have consequences. And so they manipulate. And so they manipulate and do dramas and do weird stuff. I've seen some crazy stuff. I've seen people, create dramas just to watch other people fight and, manipulate, control, spiteful people. They get entangled in this type of, they just get entangled in that type of behavior, and they really don't think there's a consequence for their thoughts or actions. And
because we were talking last night, you were giving me the reading when I was asking about a certain person, and when you said that this person drugged me basically, and knew it, and they did not care. This person really came back into my life, but I think it's okay because I feel like I'm powerful and strong, and that it was for a reason. So then I could see more of my light because of the opposite that I was looking at there. Okay. That's how I interpret that.
he was used as a catalyst for you to see. He
Thank
was brought
you.
back
That's what
in for. He was brought back in for a very specific reason, so that that catalyst could be used to push you forward really fast, like you did.
Wow, it really certainly did. It really did.
I have a
So I
question.
should be thankful, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Jonathan, what?
Are you almost?
You have a question?
Are you done with the reading or?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, you are.
Well, thank you so much. Jonathan says
You're
that we
welcome.
could go on for a long time, so I was not wanting to hog up the time, but I thought, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
I just kind of got lost.
No problem. It was absolutely my pleasure to do it.
And if Kelly wants to, she can go next. Are you there, Kelly?
Yeah, are you sure? I mean, I know I need to be quiet for my friend's kids here. So that's
Okay. I mean, if you're okay with it, I just thought maybe, if you had to go somewhere like at the end of the hour, that maybe, if you want to, you could go next. Would you like that?
I would like to, if you don't mind, just so I'm not keeping
Go
up
right
everybody
ahead,
in the
Kelly.
house. Oh, okay.
Go right
thank
ahead,
you.
Kelly. You're next. I'll go last. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Kelly. Yours is quite different from Barbara. I saw so many things with her, and yet zero water. And I made note that there was absolutely zero water. And in your case, it's all water. So, and it's pretty hard to see anything but the water.
Oh, wow.
So there are a few. I mean, I think you're water and humanoid, but let me tell you, water is your thing, and it's such a good thing because I understand this. I'm aquatic as well, so I completely understand the aquatic stuff, and a lot of people have trouble with that. But it's just as good. It's just just as important. Aquatic lifetimes as human, because kind of like the movie Aquaman, you got to have peace in both worlds, right? And the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah.
Not sure if that's really a good comparison. But okay, so there was a large scorpion left side mouth extending to the cheek. Claws were very visible, really prominent, really beautiful too. It was really amazing, and there was a whale on the outside corner of the left eye, and it says large and beautiful. I love it when I see whales. I even saw the eye too. It was really cool. And there was a large jellyfish on your nose, and so you are so very aquatic. Also, there was a sea queen sitting on a throne in between your eyes.
Wow.
And I thought that was pretty cool. And also there were multiple mermaids surrounding this this scene that I saw. It was clearly like a throne, a chair of, it was pretty interesting looking. And so you had a lot of lifetimes, enough that you acquired some power there. And I do believe that you were protective of the sea life, and that's what you were doing. In all of this, let's see, there was a stingray on the left forehead, several sea turtles, and I love seeing those. On the upper forehead, there was a mermaid and water on the left forehead. So literally on you, you could actually see the water. And then while I was doing the reading, it did feel like I was underwater. It's really strange in those ones. And then there was also, let's see, down below here, there was a water line visible from from your upper lip across both sides of your face and down. It was a clear water line. And so you could see just how aquatic this really was. And then there was a very interesting thing that it was kind of just different. There's a donkey, and this was inside corner of the left eye, and this is an animal I believe that you had either in this life or a past life that you were very close to. This is usually how they show up. So this would be a donkey that you would, if it wasn't in this lifetime, certainly you would have images or you would know, or you like donkeys, but this donkey is quite attached to you, this particular donkey.
Aw.
Yeah, and so it would have certainly found you after death, and that's what happened here.
Aww.
And and then so there was a scorpion in the center of both eyes, which was cool. And so when you're in those lifetimes, I would, and of course the sea queen, you had some, you were very important in those lifetimes for sure. Had some power there, in the sea life. And you're a Blu-ray 1 from the constellation of Sirius, which is so cool. I have a Blu-ray 1 overlay on mine. I did my 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the constellation of Sirius, and more than half were aquatic, and I was a dolphin.
Oh.
And in the constellation of Sirius, a lot of those planets aren't veiled, so there's no clean slating them before they come in. And so a lot of times people know who they were and such. But in the 4th dimension, they still didn't have a lot of respect, like the people on land, for the sea life, and there was a lot of making peace and things like that over there between the sea life and the land there.
Oh.
So there's a lot of learning that goes on in the 4th dimension as well. Tons that, it's better than the 3rd, but still, they've got to learn more stuff. And let's see here. There was a beautiful mermaid in the outside corner of the left eye, and I do believe this was you. So you had definite mermaid lifetimes, and I think you had protectors too.
Wow.
And there was a merman on your chin, and the interesting thing about this merman is he was with you. There was a mermaid and merman together on your chin, which I thought was cool because this is clearly a relationship, an aquatic relationship. And there was pieces of the veil, like Barbara, just in one eye. They were collected in the whites of your right eye. And honestly, it looked to me like they were kind of ready to fall out.
Oh, wow.
It's just a small piece of the veil left on you, only in one eye, and it is ready to come out.
Wow.
And then you'll be fully open.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you know when that would happen, or what I would do to help get that to do it faster?
As your vibration goes higher and higher, it will just disappear. It'll just go right out. It'll be forced out, expunged, type of thing.
Oh. Okay.
On its own, it'll just dissolve, basically. Yeah. It looks like a white milky substance in the eyes, but I've also seen the veil around people. It can appear differently. For those that are, still veiled, it'll show up or like around them. I've seen it like a cloak sometimes. Just it kind of means, that the person is basically still asleep and not awake. It'll tell you to what degree that they're awake or asleep.
Wow.
Mhm.
In a different reading, I was told I was a starseed light worker, Palladian,
Mhm.
Arcturian, and pretty much a mix of everything. And that I'm
That's
from the
quite
future.
possible. Yes, it's very, very possible to have that happen, as we can have, a grandmother or parent that is one thing, like a Pleiadian, and you could have a Lyran or Blue Avian or something else, as the other parent or grandparent. It's very possible, yes. So you could have made the rounds and gone through several constellations. However, I see the Sirius constellation as your main constellation, with this aquatic lifetime. So I'm just saying that you spent a lot of time in the Sirius constellation, but you still could have a Pleiadian relative somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. And
that's
I do have
very possible.
some Native American roots, along with, like Pennsylvania Dutch and German and, like,
Mhm.
European. But would
Uh-huh.
that mean, that I would have something different like Barbara, where it had like,
Um,
um,
so you're connected to Lemuria, and the Native Americans do come from Lemuria. So I would say it's natural. Yes. I see this a
oh,
lot. Yeah.
oh,
Um,
okay.
I think all three of you are connected to Native Americans. Yeah,
Oh,
actually, yeah. All three of you are. I've got it written all 3 pages.
oh, okay. Cool.
Yep.
Um,
Mhm.
so, wow.
And your
Um,
personality is really mild and very laid back. You're a peacemaker. um, yep. Um, you also observe. I noticed that. I kept seeing that the whole time. I noticed you're an observer. You like to see other people's mistakes, and rather than doing it actually, you'd rather just view it and go, I don't want to do that. You're one of
yeah,
those people that be like, okay, I've seen that. I won't do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, right.
Mhm.
Study and yeah, yeah. Some things
Yep.
are worth taking that chance, and some are not.
Yes. You're one of those people that watches from the side and goes, yeah, I'll just watch from here. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
can you tell me, like, what my purpose is, or what, kind of, like, I guess progression that
Um.
I've made?
Yeah. I do believe that you are from either 5 or 6. I'm having trouble actually seeing which one. Um, these lifetimes would be 5 from the dimension 5. These aquatic, but you could be higher too. But these suggest the 5th dimension. At least what I feel and what I'm seeing of what I saw in your aura, which is a much
Okay.
higher dimension. It's very peaceful. They're very much like 6, like the 6th. Um, and I mean, you're a powerful star seed that is here to help the planet um, in many ways, in many many different ways. Like you were talking about the animals, and um, I really see you rescuing people and everything, animals. You're a rescuer. You and a way shower. You know.
I'm a
Um,
what? Oh, a way shower.
showing people the way, but you also go out of your way. Like you take a few steps farther. You'll pay for stuff if someone doesn't have the money. You'll go out of your way. I see that, to where you take care of people if they can't take care of themselves. You're taking care of
Yeah.
people, animals, nurturing. Like I raised foster kids. beyond my own children. I was one of those. Um, you are definitely, a lot of people would consider you their foster parent or their foster sister or, friend from another
Oh,
mother.
oh wow.
Mhm. Yeah, a lot of people would, want to be connected to you, definitely. And because your light is really bright. Oh, you know what? I did miss something. On the top of this paper, it says light photons are present. So this is good. So there was a lot of light, and when I enlarged your photo, there was these little light, like just like little light spots, um, like on your skin, and it was fairly clear, that you have ascended in this lifetime, and you have a high vibration, and there was just a lot of light photons present, especially in your forehead, and they really stood out. So basically, people are going to see your light and be attracted to it. And of course, you're extremely nurturing, and you welcome that right in.
Oh, okay. And hopefully I'll be able to form boundaries so I'm no longer hurt by people trying to feed off of that.
Correct. You're on the right path there.
Yeah, because I've had some that were just absolute energy sappers, and
Mhm.
my ex-husband, I've been told, was Draco reptilian, so he was very
That is
dangerous, and he did
that is
try to
so
kill me.
unfortunate.
Yeah, I
So
think he could
unfortunate.
tell. Thank you.
Oh,
So that's
somehow
one
we
thing
got
I've got to
through.
take care of. Yeah, I've got to make sure that I keep myself safe and don't
Yes.
allow nature to, get me in trouble.
Mhm. Yeah, it's hard though because we want to help everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But it's
And
like I've had to say no, and that, you know, that
mhm.
I can't fix someone if they're not willing to do the work and see what they need
So
to do.
true. Oh, I know so many. Can't even tell you how many people have had that same problem. I've had that problem. One of my biggest lessons in life was learning to say no because I just couldn't do it.
Yeah,
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 and I
and
had I had to for my own safety.
yeah, and I would
Yeah.
get bullied in school, and when, as adults, we would end up accidentally meeting, like where I was working or whatever, they were a customer or whatever, then they apologized deeply and said that, they were going through a lot of stuff at the time, and they took it
Mhm.
out on me because I was easy to take it down on and I was too nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
great.
This is so
So,
common with those people when they're trying to purge out everything. They take it out on everybody. Yep.
oh, yeah.
And they're confused and um still trying to find their way, and you're trying to show the way.
Yeah, 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 it makes it,
And
um,
a lot of them just won't listen, and it's a shame, but you kind of have to throw them back and go, okay, I'm sure another teacher will find you along the way, but I've got to move on. And
yeah. I wish them well, even if they did me dirt, because I figure holding on
yep,
to a grudge doesn't help.
that's the only thing we can do. Yep,
Yeah, yeah,
yep,
that's
so true.
it's hard. It's hard. I had a relationship, and ooh, I didn't see a lot of the stuff until it was done, and I was like,
Mhm.
holy cow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they were ready for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, it's so weird when you look at it later and see the meaning of it all. So
yeah,
interesting.
they're
It's
very
like
stuck
life
in
is
3D.
yeah, it's like life is one big like aha moment where you're just finding all the clues and like going, "Oh, I figured it out,"
Yeah,
You know, the
yeah.
Mhm.
And what was so promising was I would see like, oh my gosh, they're making progress, they're seeing this, and all of a sudden it's like one step forward, two steps back, and then it was like no steps forward and one step back, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can still help you, and then it's like, and then they get
Yeah.
tired of it, and so it's, when they're not ready, they're not ready, and it's time to either, just have peace
Yeah.
with that and
Yes.
but being in a relationship when you're on two different wavelengths is really difficult.
Oh, geez. Yeah. I mean, whoa. It's so hard to be in a relationship on this planet because it's third dimensional. And since we're star seeds, we're like, hey, it just doesn't work. They don't have the same like values, you know.
Yeah, they're
It's
like, let's go party, let's drink, let's cover up our
yeah,
emotions. I'm like, what are we doing?
correct. And so we're kind of just shaking our head and going, well, like I did in 2001, I just gave it up. Said no, no more relationship, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind of hard. It's like sometimes you just feel, and I really, really, really love this show because it finally made me realize I'm not alone. Thank God I'm not
Oh, that's
alone. There
so
are other people.
awesome.
Yeah,
That is
thank
so
you.
awesome.
And I
That's
mean,
just such a good thing.
thank you. I mean, for the longest time, it's like I don't fit in anywhere. What is going on? And then it was
Oh,
like,
that is so common. Yeah, for star seeds, yeah, they don't fit in, and they know they don't fit in. It's really hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think my ex's daughter is a star seed, so that's going to be really interesting when she really starts to
Mhm.
blossom and can't relate with the parents.
Yeah.
And she could relate with me, but I'm not in the picture
Mhm.
anymore, which kills me. But
Oh. Oh, that's.
yeah,
Oh. Well, hopefully she'll forge her way and be okay. You know.
yeah. I have a feeling
Um.
she will. She's pretty darn smart,
Yeah.
but and
You know,
maybe when she's an adult.
a lot of star seeds choose difficult families just so that they can teach them the way or show them the way.
I kind of wonder if I
They.
did that too. I
Oh,
kind of
I'm
landed smack in
sure.
the middle of, and then it was like they couldn't understand me at all.
Yeah.
It was like I might as well have been speaking a different language.
Mhm.
They couldn't
Oh,
understand why is
yeah.
she so emotional? Why does she care about
Mhm.
this so much?
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
yeah,
I've
for
had that
sure.
my whole life from different people. Then there are other people
Oh.
that, I'm finally finding the community here, and it's like, oh my gosh, other people value this. Other people don't think, what does the matter with you?
Mhm.
Why do you care? You
Yeah.
know, so it's
It's so
like, oh my
amazing when
god,
you find that one person and you're like, "Oh." Yes.
yeah, yeah. And I get that every day with Jonathan, and I get that every day with Barbara now, and people
Yeah.
like you that we meet, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I'm home. And I
Yes.
get that
Oh,
so
you're so
rarely.
sweet. Oh, you're so sweet.
Thank you.
Oh.
I mean, I get that with my
Yes.
animals, but it's not quite the same as people, in some ways.
Yeah, you're an amazing star seed, and I talk to my animals, and I bet you talk to yours too.
Oh yeah, all the time. And
Mhm.
I have a system, and it sounds the craziest thing, but I'll give them trick questions just to see if they're paying attention or if they're being consistent. But
Oh, so
like
cute.
I'll be like, okay, if it's a yes, blink one eye. If it's a no, shut both eyes. And if you don't know, just stare at me like I have six heads. So,
Aw.
and and then I think progressing to where, I put the body language and the way they look at me and, all that
Mhm.
together, and I can tell what they're feeling, and I know,
Mhm.
so that's developing, and my plants tell me when they're
Yeah.
thirsty, and, it's
Aw.
people think it's crazy, but my animals, they'll tell me they're hungry, they'll tell me they're thirsty, they need
Oh,
out, they
it's beyond belief how people are just like that is, really crazy, crazy, and for me, for us, for people like us, it's normal. And so like I have a thing where I blow on plants to make them grow bigger. And it works.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. And like my hermit crabs
Yeah.
have told me about their past lives or what it took to get there and the traumas that
Yes.
they've gone.
Oh,
And
yes. This
you
is,
know, so
yeah.
there's that sea life connection.
Yes. 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 You should be out there teaching this.
Oh, thank you. I
yes.
don't know how to teach it. It's just there, you know.
Oh, people don't know this, and they need to. They
Well, they'd
do.
also
People need
maybe
to be
think
taught
that
this stuff.
yeah, but they'd probably also think that I belonged in a mental institution if I told them that my animals and my plants talk to me.
You know, trees talk too. I know. I know. We're at that point where we're just barely past the time where they'll round you up and lock you up.
Yeah,
For that.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People are
like this is
just people are
yeah,
just starting to figure out there might be something to this, but
yeah,
yet they're still throwing rocks at us.
yeah. Like they're starting to listen about alien hybrid, you know, humanoid, and then they're like, no, 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 that can't be real, you know. But then they'll listen to it.
Mhm.
So you know, it's interesting. We're in a strange time.
Yes, we're planting the seeds. Even if someone, throws back at you, that's crazy, not possible. Walk away happy because you planted a seed. Later, when, the person, maybe years, maybe a few lifetimes from now, they'll remember that and go, oh, wait a minute. And then that seed just grows, you know. You're
Oh,
you're planting the seeds. It'll be something that they remember in the future. They'll look back on it and say, "Oh, aha!" It'll be an aha moment for them. Yeah.
oh, okay,
Yep. So it's always good to
okay,
plant a seed, even if you get a bad reaction. Um,
okay, good.
you know,
Yeah.
because they'll go about in their life and figure out at some point. But it's always good to plant those seeds.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know because, you know, I didn't want to feel like I was putting myself out there for nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Oh
'cause
no, you're
that
doing great.
that feels really vulnerable, you know, to be able to talk, you
Yeah.
know, to God only knows who is going to listen and think, oh my God, you know,
Yes.
and so it's, you know,
And the ridicule, is so bad.
yeah,
My
yeah.
my ex's family came after me so hard, so hard.
Oh,
You know,
mhm.
one of my ex stepdaughters won't let me, shut me out, won't let me see the kids, and she
Oh,
told him it was
no.
because I had talked to dead people.
Oh my
And
goodness.
since she doesn't believe that dead people exist or anything like that, I was, looked at as a scary.
Yeah, or they think it's witchcraft or something like that, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not at all. It's not even close.
No,
Yeah.
it's just
Mm-mm.
yeah, and so it's really a strange time, you know.
I know. It's a weird time to be alive, right?
Yeah, it's like either you're asleep, you're just waking up, or you've been awake for a long time and you're wondering when other
Yeah.
people are gonna start to come into your life that are
Yeah.
awake too, you know. And then
I
you hear
figure it'll be, in my estimation, I think it'll be about 800 years before everybody's awake and the fourth dimension is in full swing. That's what
oh,
I
so we're
think.
kind of 10 years.
There's still a lot more time to go. And then of course in the fourth dimension people are still, you know, being enlightened even though they have graduated. The lessons are still pretty hard. They'll be
Oh,
easier, but still, you know, um, yeah, they're still on the learning path. They may not know, the law of one or understand certain things yet,
what
type
is the
thing.
law of one, if you don't mind me asking at this point?
The law of one is the belief that everything and everyone is one. Like source is one. Everything is connected, so there is no such thing as separatism, even with people. Um, all it's like other selves. When you look into another person's eyes, you're just seeing yourself, or that's what you're supposed to see. I guess not always in this dimension, but in truth, they really are just other selves. Even if their soul is not where ours is, it's in a different place. They are still just another self. We are all one person. That we are all one beingness. The universe and everything in it is all one consciousness, connected consciousness. We are all, yeah, we are all a connected consciousness, and the separation,
I've always felt that ever since I was little, and I couldn't put my finger on it.
Separation is an illusion. There is no separation. It's just a thing for the third dimension that people believe, because they are not enlightened. Once you become enlightened and move forward, and people start to become telepathic and all that, as you move higher into the fourth dimension, then it becomes more clear. But at this point, it's not clear to people, the truth. It's all still illusion type stuff. So, so we're supposed to treat everyone as we would ourselves, forgive everyone, forgive yourself, because it's all one. And we are all part of one original thought of source. We are all part of one original thought, basically.
That's really cool.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah.
And the blue avians, they channeled, or I don't know if you call it channeled or wrote, but the books, The Law of One, did come from the blue avians.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Ra channeled those through in 1981 to 1983. And in those books, it explains just everything that you could ever want to know is in those books, and it explains the law of one and how it can be in your life, how you can how it works. They explain how it works, how it is a part of everyone's life, how the mechanics of it. It's very cool. It's quite complicated, but The Law of One.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just people buying the books or listening to the books online would give them so much helpful information. I mean, like I couldn't teach as much as what's in that book. I mean, it's just not even possible. It's just such a highly advanced book, and contains just pretty much the information, all the secrets of the universe are in there. So it'd definitely be a good read, and it would certainly serve as a catalyst for those looking for enlightenment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Is there
kind of like
else?
In the church, kind of like when you get married, you become one. Everything is one. A lot of churches do try to teach that we are all one, and that we should treat each other. We are all the same, but people kind of just brush that off. But it's
like so many other things.
Yeah. But it's front and center. It's really true. Yeah.
Yeah. But it doesn't make sense when we blow each other up or we say nasty things, or because we're not taking anything.
It's the same as blowing yourself up, doing it to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else
Yeah.
that you wanted to tell me in my reading before we go to Jonathan?
Let's see here. This constellation of Sirius was very front and center, although it's on yours, I would say it's quite possible that you've gone through other constellations and you feel that you may have done that. And yeah, I would say yeah. There could certainly be Pleiadians involved and such in yours, because I know the aquatic ones move around like I did too.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as an avian, I took some side turns there.
Okay.
So
Is avian like a thing for me to try to ascend to, or is it just a different thing?
well, if I think I don't see it here. That is a very interesting question. I suppose you could. Yeah, they come from the sixth, but they're also there are avians in lower dimensions too. I just didn't see one on you, but it doesn't mean there isn't one there.
Okay.
So let's look at it this way. You most certainly could have had avian lifetimes, straight up blue avian lifetimes. So it doesn't mean it's not there. And the fact that I just don't see an avian on you doesn't mean that there couldn't still be something there. You certainly could have had lifetimes there, through there. Like a lot of people cross over and have lifetimes in other places and such like that.
Okay.
And so, and also there's the other thing of going by what you feel. So everyone has a sense of knowing. Ask yourself, if you really want to know the answer, because your higher self knows all. Just ask yourself, and what do you feel? Your sense of knowing should just tell you the answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
When I've been told I'm from the future, that maybe future means a higher dimension than
cool.
what we know. Maybe I decided to take a little, few steps back and then try to help people out here.
Well, that's an interesting. So if you're from the future, you could be Anshar. There are some ET groups from the future. The Anshar is what I believe is what we, the humans, evolved to in the future, and they actually they live in the inside of the planet and the inner parts of the planet, but they're on a different timeline. But yes, they are there still, but they are just on a different timeline. So you definitely, these are time travelers. So you could have taken a step back and had a lifetime here, and then you go back to there in the future for sure.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you can time travel with lifetimes. You can go back and forth. Just because we're in this year at this time doesn't mean you won't die and go back to that. It's not, and basically it's just a different timeline is all it is.
Oh, okay.
So there are many different timelines and portals and things like that are used to travel through.
Oh, okay. So when people say, like, in an alternate universe, blah, 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 I would be blah, 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 that's actually, like, it could happen.
That's actually real. Yeah, it's true. Yes, it's real.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mhm. You could absolutely be in an alternate universe on another timeline, like 50,000 years from now.
Oh, okay. And that's kind of like at the same time, even though it's a different time.
Yes, correct.
Okay. Yeah, because I
But
know time's
you're
not
here
linear.
in, like, you decided to come back here in our timeline to help us. Even though you're
Oh.
from a different one. Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, there's
Cool.
parts of the galaxy that do not have a timeline at all. So
Oh,
a lot of
wow.
it is outside the confines of time. Yeah, there's places where
Wow.
there is no time.
Wow.
Mhm. So yeah, very possible.
Wow. That's really interesting. So I might know more than I realized.
Oh yes.
Wow.
Oh
I'll
yes,
have to
yes.
tap into that.
Yes, I've heard of that. I've had other people tell me they thought that they had traveled backward, and I'm like, yeah. It's
Oh, wow.
absolutely. And of
Wow.
course it's to help with the ascension of the planet.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know
So,
the different timelines are so strange and hard to understand. I thought that too when I first was like, oh, really? But
yeah.
the truth
Wow.
is more complicated than I think anybody can really understand.
Oh, yeah, we're just people,
Right.
so we're gonna have our own slant on what's really happening.
That's true. Exactly. Exactly. So true. Yes. Yes, it is a bit confusing and where we're at at the moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
I totally get that because,
Mhm.
there are so many similarities in how people see things, but, especially the ones that have ascended, but then there's still so many differences, even though it's all the same
Uh-huh.
thing, like you can
You're
read a
right.
paragraph and 20 people will interpret it 20 ways.
Yep. Yeah,
So it's kind
everyone's
of like that.
yeah. Everyone's got their own vibration, their own frequency, their own everything, and everyone's on a different level. Yep.
Oh, cool.
I
Yeah,
know
I'm
that
kind of
So is
surprised
that
about that.
that's one of the ones I had the hardest time with is timelines. It can be
Oh,
confusing, but yet, there's a multiverse and it can happen. It's just mind-blowing. It
yeah,
really,
yeah,
to think about that. Yeah, it's really mind-blowing.
yeah,
Um
yeah.
yeah, the understanding goes way beyond any earthling's ability to see that. So
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
okay? Is
I
that okay with the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay? Are you done, Kelly? Kelly?
I don't think I was
Oh,
speaking. That was the
yeah.
not,
Oh,
yeah. Okay. And since I won't be doing much talking, then I won't be keeping anybody else.
you're
But
getting ready. You're
thank
gonna
you.
say this. You're gonna sign off. Is what you're gonna do?
No, I want to listen to yours, but I'm just going to be doing a lot less talking, and then you're off a speaker, so it should be quiet on my end.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Good.
Okay.
but thank
Okay. Well,
you.
thanks
I
for.
really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay.
It's
All
very
right.
enjoyable for
Okay.
me.
So
Thank
okay.
you.
So I guess I'm up, huh?
You are up. Yeah.
You're up.
Okay. Now, where do we start? What do we do?
I've got yours. I can start at the top here.
Okay.
You are a blue avian specifically with a Blu-ray 1 overlay.
Okay.
And this is because there's first of all there's aquatic in there, so you've had some aquatic.
Okay.
There was an image of Jesus Christ extremely prominent with the crown of thorns on your nose that went up and through your between your eyes, and there was a cross, and it was prominent enough that you were a part of that lifetime. I just cannot pinpoint which person you were, but you were in that lifetime someplace, for sure. And Jesus was a Blue Ray 1. He's part of the Blue Rays. And and then I do it intuitively. So a lot of times I'll hear things while I'm doing the reading, or just go by what I'm really feeling. And this one just had a really strong feeling the entire time that I was looking. It was a very strong hearing that you were there at Christ's time, and it was very important. And then there's also there's a winged aquatic avian on your right forehead. I do believe that you are an avian that went through the Blue Rays, that you spent time with Christ for sure in these lifetimes, in this past life, but also Lemuria. So there was a winged Pegasus in the center of your forehead, and I did feel Lemuria involved. Although I didn't see any images that would suggest you died in the water, though. But there were Native American references. So there were galloping Mustangs across your forehead and some Native Americans there, which was really cool. And so I do believe there were multiple Native American lifetimes there. And I could feel that all around the whole edge of your face and stuff, where it was almost like, the whole, just kind of around it was all these Native American stuff and the feeling of it, for sure. And there was an angel in the outside corner of the right eye, which is really cool to see, and, would go along with Jesus. There was a clear blue avian in the center of both eyes, an avian above the right eye, and a huge avian under the left eye and cheek. So, and there's more. There was a bird in the inside corner of the right eye. There was a small bird left corner of the mouth and chin, an archangel right cheek, which I think confirms the Jesus lifetime. But there's enough avians. There's no question you're an avian. There was a dog with a halo that I believe there was a dog that passed away that was associated with you on the left side of your mouth. And there were birds in your throat. There was multiple birds in the throat area. So you're heavy blue avian. And I would think, after looking at this, that both soul parents are avians. It's just what I think. And I just think that you did lifetimes in other places. But you're an avian, is what I think.
You said that so that's your description of my face?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
You said also this was rather unusual, that you haven't seen a lot of people like this.
No, it's interesting to see Jesus on the cross prominently on someone. Yeah, it's important. And it was front and center, very much. Just no question that you were there. And also when I do it, I'm hearing, so I'm very clairaudient. And I kept on hearing Christ time, lifetimes in Christ time, and not just when Christ was living, but there were lots of lifetimes around this time where you were doing things on this planet. So there would be lifetimes before Christ and after, but it was an important time for you on this planet. No doubt about that. And then obviously you had tons of avian lifetimes in the other dimensions. I think you favored the avian, and you had tons of avian lifetimes in across the dimensions.
I don't know. I assume avian means bird.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because there's dog people and then there's cat people. I've always had fascination with birds because they're just, one, they live as long as people, and two, it's sort of funny because in a way I think we treat birds unfairly because this is why. We see a bird in the pet store, and then the first thing we do is, can it talk? We ask, can it talk?
Yeah.
Well, nobody says take the puppy back to the store because it can't catch a frisbee. We don't do that,
true.
or take the kitten back because it won't play with his ball or something. Nobody does that. So, whatever happens to just good old-fashioned unconditional love. I mean, if a pet loves you unconditionally, we're sitting here wondering whether or not it can talk.
Yep.
I don't know if you ever thought of that, but...
Well, and you're putting it in a cage and clipping its feathers and, taking its birdness away. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah, I think
So
it's sad
true.
when the feathers get clipped, they can't fly. But I mean, that, for safety, so they don't fly out the door, but, it's still...
Yeah. All life is precious, all of it. And the starseeds are here to tell the folks here that all life is precious and must be honored.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. That's how I feel. That's why I educate with my rescue animals. But not everybody thinks it's important. Not everybody gets the message. But the people that get touched with it, oh my word, you can see the difference. Like, they thought, ooh, icky spider, icky snake, and then they want to hold it, and then they're like, oh, this is so cool,
Is that
I
want to hold the lizard,
My ex told me that animals and such have no souls.
Oh, mine said that it was stupid that I cared about them, because they don't do anything.
I have never heard of anybody it's ridiculous to say that loving animals is a negative thing. I was just wondering if that was that's the reading.
True.
Okay, because we have somebody that wants to call in. Is that okay with you?
Sure.
Okay, give me 1 second here. This is our friend Rachel. Rachel Conley.
Okay.
Oh, hi Rachel.
So let me give. She has the number. Well, she's not on yet. Okay, she says hold on in 2 minutes. She wants to call in, but we're gonna have her. We're gonna be having her on the 8th. I don't know if you know about this, Kelly, right?
I did see something about it, and Karen Page too.
Yes, it's going to be her and Karen Page on the same show.
Very cool.
So I'm going to go ahead.
All right.
I'm going to set this up after the show, but I got to say, let me ask you this: do you feel less nervous, Suki?
Yeah, I feel a lot better now. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. You are amazing.
I was very nervous, and I tend to talk a lot, and when I get nervous, so I'm sorry for that.
No.
Okay.
It just gives us more information.
Yeah, I mean.
But I think that I think I'll get into the groove.
Awesome.
I mean,
we definitely would love to have you back.
Are you surprised? Let me see here. Give me 1 second here. She says that she called in, but no one is there. Let me see if I can. Let's see. I'm gonna try to call her. Give me 1 second here.
Okay.
Okay.
So, would you want to come back to the show, Suki?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I felt really good. You guys made me feel so good. and comfortable, and it was not scary at all. I was just nervous for probably nothing.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
I
was
feel
like
so
that with
much
the first
better
one.
now. And I think next
Oh,
time,
that's cool.
yeah, next time I'll feel, a lot better about it, because the first time you try something, it's very scary.
Oh, yes, I've been
Let me
paralyzed with
see
fear
here.
before, so
Okay.
And
I
Yeah.
know what that
I
feeling.
should tell you that I've only been on the internet for a year and a half.
Really?
Before that, I was one of those people that was like, no, I'll have my flip phone. I'm good with my flip phone. And then I was, of course, forced into it, of course, and then boom, everything takes off.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that
Yep.
amazing?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. I'm figuring out that the internet actually is amazing, and
Yeah, it's
I've got to
funny.
get with the times. People are like, you're not with the times, and they were right. No, they were right. I was wrong.
Emerging you right now. This is my friend
Right?
Rachel, and this is Suki.
Hi.
And
Hello.
she wanted to call in.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I thought you were still talking, Jonathan. I'm sorry. How are you doing?
Are you
I'm
there,
fine.
Rachel?
Yeah, I'm here. Yep.
Oh, okay. Rachel's there.
Yeah, I'm here. Yep.
Oh, okay. Do you have a question?
Yeah, my only question is how, I guess, like, with my gift, like, how would you describe it? Because they always say my spirit's everywhere, but I'm not quite sure how to follow through with it, or I feel like I shouldn't charge people. I just help people. Basically, what would you describe it as, and what I was in my past life? What was that?
Well, I actually would need a photograph because I read auras. So
Okay, yeah. How do I
I could
send that?
certainly do a reading from a photo. I guess you would send it to John.
Okay.
And
No
it does
problem.
take me an hour or two. It's a couple hours to do it because it's an Akashic Records reading. So it would take me a while to
Yeah.
get through it. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I could.
awesome.
Yeah, I don't think
What
you
are?
can do it on the show right now, but
Oh, I was like, and I'm sorry. I'm like, my dog came in choking on a rawhide, and I'm like, I gotta go, guys. I'm sorry, and I let you know that. So I appreciate you calling me. Thank you. I just sent Jonathan a picture, so
okay.
that was from
Yes, if
today.
you've got, and you're using your gifts. What
Oh
I
wait,
did is just
wait a minute. We can't. Wait a minute. We can't. I need to let her know because she has like a little heart on it.
Oh,
It
I'm
has to
sorry.
be unfiltered.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my daughter's. Let me get another one. I'm like, that's from today. Okay, this one is not filtered at all. This is like about a week ago, so that's about
Yeah,
probably the
I'm
next.
sorry about that. And
No, it's okay.
as soon as I
It's
saw
all right.
the heart, I thought, okay, that means.
Yep. Shelby went. My daughter took it and put the heart on it, so that one is not
Oh.
filtered at all.
Are you sure about it?
Okay.
Because I see sparkles.
Oh crap! Dang it, Jonathan, you're right.
Yeah.
My darn kids, man. They get Hold on a minute.
Oh God, I'm sorry about.
It's
that.
okay. No, it's all right. There's just some that are a little rough and old. Before I did my transformation, you know what I mean, where I'm doing a lot better. The prior, yes. Hold
I'm
on.
seeing
Let me
cards.
think.
I'm seeing cards. Have you ever tried reading cards?
I do have a tarot deck right next to me. I do the Archangel Tarot.
That's funny.
And I do read
That's funny
auras
because-
too.
Okay, so your guide or whatever is telling me that they showed me a deck of cards just now and told me that this would be good for you and that you would be good at that. And there's multiple there's multiple decks.
Yeah, this seems to be an unfiltered picture. Let me go see here.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry about the other ones. I didn't even think about that. And that one's taken a couple months ago when I very first was getting well. So it's couple like 2 months, 3 months.
I'm being shown
But good
multiple
enough.
decks of tarot cards.
Yep, I have the archangel, and then I also read by people's eyes, like where they start crying. I don't mean to, but I can see past the mask. And I've read on actually Jonathan's show, but back then I was just getting balanced. I would use not to feel, where now I'm not even smoking weed right now. I mean, a lot of abundance has came. Yes. So I'm very grateful. And when I read people, I like my pastor's given me prophetic, I can't say it, workbooks, prophetic workbooks, but I don't agree with some of the things that are in there because I'm spiritual, so I agree with all religions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So church,
so
boy,
me and
really
him kind of
gets,
butt heads.
Okay, so church really gets in the way of this stuff. I had to leave all churches in order to do what I did.
Yes, because it's they accept people with spiritual gifts, okay? It's a gospel church, but you have to do it this way. They're saying that, being pagan is wrong. But okay, so we can heal ourselves and other people, but you know what I mean? I don't agree with some of the things, how they portray it,
I got kicked out of multiple churches just for being me.
Yes, it's very hard, and you can feel the darkness in the church, and go out in nature and feel the light. It's just, and this is a good church. I felt a lot of light. There's people in there that are metaphysical, but being my past and my ancestors, this is the path they want me to go. They were native, some of them were Jewish and other things, and so I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm a shaman. I have no idea. It's hard.
I think you could be anything, but one of the biggest problems I see at all is people's belief system. As soon as you can throw that out and all the belief systems that you've encountered in your life and just chuck it aside and move forward spiritually, then everything will happen way faster, much, much faster.
Yes, and I'm dating I actually prayed last year at St. Abby's I'd meet somebody if I, got right and all that, and I did, and everything's just coming in abundance. I've been manifesting, and I'm grateful, for the smallest things, and about to get my SENA license, and going, doing this podcast with Karen, just a lot of good things are coming. And when Jonathan, you heard me a couple months ago, I was a mess. I was the highest rating podcast, but I cussed a lot, and I did not. I still apologize about that.
I mean, she was like, if there had been a curse swear jar, she would have a $20 bill at the end of the show.
Yeah, it was horrible.
That's so funny.
And I was reading her so fast. I'm like, what do you think about that? And I say her first name. And when people ask if I have a strong spirit, what does that mean? Like, they can't handle being around me. Does that just mean that it pushes them away?
You're light.
Is it?
No, you're light. A lot of people have done that to me too. They're like, you're just too much. Just too much. So basically, now my rule of thumb is give them 10%. And if they can digest that really well, give them another 10%. But go really slow, because if you try to give them too much all at once, it won't work, and they'll shut you out.
Yep.
I think that
I'm
happened to me.
Send Jonathan this picture of this gentleman. I want to see what you think, because I think he's my life mate. It's hard for him to trust me. He is Italian. I always knew I was going to marry an Italian. He's like me. He's very, gifted. He's pagan.
Yeah.
I don't know much about it. I'm just spiritual. But we flow very well together,
Oh, that's good.
Very good guy. Yes.
I do think you should charge. I'm hearing charge for card readings.
Huh? Oh, to charge? Yeah, because it's my second job and I need the money. That's the guy. He's just kind of funny with his do-rag on, but he's very spiritual and very good guy.
I also think you're very good at reading cards.
For Rachel and Barbara?
What?
Do you have any questions for Rachel,
did you
Barbara?
ask? Do I have a question?
Do you have any questions for Rachel, Barbara?
I'm thinking. No, I don't at this time. You know what? It's kind of interesting.
I know.
Though.
I'm like drained at the end of the night. I don't know if I could.
Okay, I have a similarity that is a statement, but it's not a question. I think it's just so strange. The other Barbara Moore that is on Instagram, I have to go by Barbara Moore 10 because the other Barbara Moore, who already has the hashtag Barbara Moore, is the tarot card reader. Like, that's all that it is there.
Oh.
So it's like, isn't that interesting? Yeah. So a lot of my pictures are posted within her timeline of all the tons and thousands of tarot cards. And now I'm thinking, this all goes together. I wasn't really sure how this goes together with I'm new to this. So I knew the chakra healing goes with the psychics, and we're all positive.
Yes.
I wasn't really sure what the tarot cards, so that's why I don't have a question, because I don't know. I mean, this is the first I've been hearing about how this goes with what we're doing. I didn't know.
I've read auras
It's just
like
another
you too.
tool.
Like I've seen this little girl that they just can't. That's what I feel like my career is going to, is in the school system here. You know how the kids that can't handle, they'll like kick out or put them in the corner. Like, I have a way with them, but I'm trying to figure out how I could be certified. You know, not an intuitive happiness coach. You know, sadly our system doesn't hire people like that. So, not sure if, you know, sociology, child, you know, without feeding them meds, but doing it not in a Western culture type way, because I have a way with kids. So.
Wow.
That's what I keep feeling.
I have to focus.
Yeah, because
And think. I'll have to think about that for you. Try to come up with an answer and how you could reach children.
Yep. Can you tell who my spirit guides are? Do what? I'm sorry.
What was that? Kelly, did you ask her something?
No, I heard somebody else ask if she could tell her what her spirit guides were.
You see how much more calmer I am now, Kelly?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's like two different people. Yes, I really love this Rachel.
Yeah, the last one was like, oh my gosh. I was so sorry. I listened to it last night. I said, oh my. That's all I'm thinking. You could tell a huge difference. Wow.
Oh, absolutely. Night and day.
Yes.
That's great.
Oh, yeah. Yes. It wasn't easy, but I did it. I haven't even so much as smoked a cigarette or anything. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So whoever was looking out for me above did a good job. Yes. Yes. I'm very grateful. Very grateful.
I am proud of you, girl.
And feel, and when I'm feeling negative, because I didn't realize when you're feeding your body that when you go out in front of people and everything and you feel that negativity, it eats you away. So actually when you're doing drugs or doing anything to lower your vibration, it's really lowering it, and it makes it a real brutal day or night. So I'm forever grateful. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, yeah. We don't want to poison our bodies. That is, I mean, can you imagine if I poisoned my body when I was trying to get better, and that was around me, and people were offering that poison to me, and so I said no, and I've broken free from putting poison in my body too recently after the accident.
Me too.
I'm proud of it too.
I didn't realize the opiates and everything.
Yeah, and you're empowering yourself. And by
I have such a difference just
good
from,
for you.
Yes, it's so nice to have my power back, and I just mean as a human, I don't have any chains controlling me. I'm just very grateful, and then I can read people a lot easier and not talk 100 miles an hour. It's like 5 miles an hour. So
yeah, it was like you were on speed before or something. It was like it was like whoa, and you're all over the place.
And, yes,
speed
and we're
having Tourette's.
Exactly.
Yeah, speed with MS
and being centered and being balanced and centered now. I'm so grateful because before my spirit was everywhere, and at that time I was just coming off stuff, so I should have thought, hey, Rach, take a couple months off and then come back on. That's why that second show I was like, no, I'm not doing this again. Till I got better. So I listened to Karen yesterday. Spirit told me. Yeah, because when I talk to you, can't explain this to people. You have to kind of keep it a secret because they will look at you like you're crazy. But if you unfold to them what you're feeling, then they're crying or show their reaction like, dang, Rachel, you're for real. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a gift from God or, the divine or whatever it may be. So.
Yeah.
I thought of it differently too before I got involved with Jonathan and Kelly. I wasn't even sure if I should get involved. My daughter would always come up and ask me, Mom, can I get a reading or can I talk to a psychic? And I just said no because I didn't know about it. And now I'm, saying, hey, do you want to join the show? To my daughter. And
That's
well,
cool.
she's shy because she knows it's on. Yes. So I totally opened my eyes after I got the chakra healing from Kelly. So amazing. And, I approach people and Kelly, you're very gifted with this. And then I approach people now saying, I don't know how they're going to take it. But I've been so pleasantly surprised lately. People are really wanting it. They're like, yes, I would love that.
Yeah, they
would
are.
love a psychic reading.
That's so cool.
So
you showed them an
do,
example.
too,
And by the way,
I
everybody,
think so.
by the way, Rachel, check the Life After Happiness chat room. I just created the episode for the 8th with you and Karen Page.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that'll go really, really well. I didn't know she was that far out in California and had worked with a couple famous people, so I didn't even know that. Spirit just told me, hey, Rach, put your foot through the door, because I don't really like charging people because it's a gift, but at the same time, I got to have my bills paid, but it's a good foot through the door. That's why I'm grateful for you guys,
And I want to ask you this. I have a question for Suki.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you think that people who have cats are more in tune to things?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to Suki. I'm asking Suki.
Oh my God, I don't know.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Because
yes,
tomorrow
yes,
we're
yes.
interviewing a lady who works at a place where there's 1,100 cats.
Wow.
Cats
Oh,
are
that's
very
a blessing.
psychic.
That's a lot of cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they do is they transmute energy extremely efficiently. So dark entities, they don't like cats too much.
Oh.
So the more cats you have, the more you chase out the bad guys.
Nice.
Mhm. Yes. They're really
Wow.
good.
I have a question too, because I'm with somebody. So when they call it you're flowing with them, does that mean you feel their energy? Can they tell when you're upset and mad and stuff?
Oh,
okay,
yes.
because
Absolutely.
sometimes I feel him more than me. Does that mean he's thinking about me more? I don't get it. I don't get all that stuff. I don't. Yeah.
You feel him, like an empath.
I'll feel him more than me through me. Yes, I'm very empathic. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm a
That's really
empath.
cool.
Yeah, there's a couple of things.
That's
yeah.
normal. I would say that's twin flame stuff right there.
Wow.
Okay, that's
Sounds
what I
like
figured.
it. Yeah.
That's what I figured because it's I think you're my twin flame. I think because he's my life partner, but we're going really slow. I just seen his picture and I'm I think we're supposed to get married or something. What you think about that? We've been together since.
But yeah, if you're feeling him in that way, I would say that's a twin flame.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, 'cause I'll feel him more than me. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I've even had visions of him and
I just heard past lives.
Oh.
Huh?
What is a twin flame? This sounds really
It's past
exciting.
lives.
Past lives. Oh, how do we find this out? Can Suki help me figure out if I have
I just heard. I'm clairaudient. My guide just said he was past lives.
Oh.
Oh wow.
That's what someone. Yeah, you're good because I've heard that 2 other times. That's amazing. He said we've been together somewhere in a past life. He's I've been manifesting.
Yeah,
it's
more than one. It's more like 3 past lives.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I follow my guides too, so that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, that's
I know when
cool.
something comes about me. Huh?
Well, I have another question for Suki. You said that you were surprised about how relaxed you are.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm talking Suki.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Surprised at how relaxed who is?
How you were.
That you are.
You were very stressed. Yeah. How do you feel right now?
It's my first time, and I was like, "Oh my god!" But no, I feel you guys just made it so easy for me, and you're just so amazing. You know, too bad every light worker isn't like you guys. Wow. If it was,
thank you.
If it was, the world would be fixed already.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
really sweet.
I told Kelly that we were going to try not to take so many callers, but I told her I had a hunch that you would become more relaxed over time.
Yeah, Jonathan has a real
you're on to
laid-back
it.
voice.
He's feeling me.
Oh yeah,
he's feeling me.
Yeah.
It's a really laid-back conversation. Before I was like,
I really like all of you. I really, really do.
yeah,
I mean, it's just so
Thank
nice
you.
to feel safe.
Yeah.
yeah. There's not many like-minded people. It's either you're evil or you're demonic.
Mhm.
I'm way from that.
Or there's
I'm
there's some light
spiritual
worker that's in competition, or
Oh, I hate that.
And there was
yeah.
one when I was going through my dark time. There was a couple soul friends that Holly was one of them. Kelly, really looked out for me, and I can't even do wrong or think wrong. I mean, there's something higher power that helped heal me, But my dad passed, and I feel like he's almost like a guardian angel.
Oh.
Well, yes.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would assume. I mean, I have felt him, and I have an Indian, a Native American Indian. That's how I knew about my past, because that and a gypsy. And I found this girl. Her name was Rachel, and she was like She said she was like that was her in a past life. I'm like, no way. And I didn't ever meet her. It was just like a Facebook Connect type thing.
Oh wow.
So we talk since.
Oh.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. That's really cool.
Oh yeah, you just never know.
Yeah, that's true.
For sure.
And so many people are connecting on the internet nowadays.
Oh,
Like we
I
are.
know. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm finding
Kelly,
out how
you
amazing
okay?
it is.
Yeah.
It's nice to listen to like-minded people and not feel weird.
Oh, yeah.
I
tell me
know,
about it.
right?
Yes.
Like I could
found
say
her.
any of this stuff outside of this arena. Heck no.
No. It's like, what's wrong with you? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, hire me. I'm really not crazy. Yeah.
Yes. Because I heard that at a New Age store. Like, Rachel, you can't sound like a foghorn because, people are going to think you're literally crazy in this world, in the Western, yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and there are places that have bigger groups of people that are like-minded. Like there's a gathering out on the East Coast. There's a gathering out on the West Coast. And here we are in the middle, twiddling our thumbs trying to count up 20 people for an event.
Yes, and it's hard when it's hard when I went to the shaman classes because I already knew everything, but I think the shaman teaching felt like he was in competition, like you're talking about, so I just left. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I didn't, yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't, because then you
we're
feel
all
too much.
for the same thing.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
We're on the
Any
same
charges.
team, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard, I think a lot of people still have their foot on the earth in 3 dimension, so they really want to get that money, but they're not looking at it like, the more you give, the more you get. They're looking at dollar signs, and that's really sad. That's really, misguided.
Because I've never charged. You know what I mean? I just, at that time, I didn't charge because I wasn't as balanced, but I still gave off a really fast reading. It was too fast. This lady's like, yeah, it was cute how she talked. She was
I
excited
think her head was
so
spinning.
much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
her
she
head
was like,
spinning.
yeah. It was cute.
I think I remember that, yeah.
Only because I just listened to it last night. I was like, not at all ego, but man, okay, I saw